Water in one local community has been the topic of discussion for months after residents reported tainted and discolored water. It's where we begin tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rich Pierce.
And I'm Kate Davison. City officials say they are working to replace lines and fix problems, but it takes one thing: money. News 9's Gage Goulding joins us live now from outside of the Wellsburg water treatment plant with how the city is trying to balance rate hikes and financial barriers. Gage.
Good evening, Rich and Kate. Thank you. Making water is just simply not an easy task. In fact, it actually takes a full staff of trained professionals hours to create more than 550,000 gallons of safe drinking water every single day. But officials say the problem isn't here inside the Wellsburg water treatment plant. Instead, it's when the water leaves.
Well water in and of itself has different tendencies than, say, river waters.
Wellsburg gets its water from 4 wells located near the Ohio River. The water travels through the aging treatment plant on 12th Street that features 2 pumps dating back to the 1960s and to a reservoir before being sent through pipes to residents just like you. But the main problem isn't here. Magushchak says that the problem begins in the pipes that takes the water to the customers, some of which are 80 to 100 years old and look like this. To combat the discolored water, a $6 million project is currently being planned that will replace water lines from 2nd to 12th Streets between Commerce, Charles, and Main Street.
Those were identified as the worst lines in town.
But it takes money, and a lot of it.
A little over $6 million.
Which means customers supplied by Wellsburg Water will be seeing a hike in prices.
Right now, we are looking at a rate increase of little under, right around 19%.
Currently, the price per 1,000 gallons of water is around $6. Following the rate hike, the price will rise upward of $9.
One of the problems was our rates were too low for us to get federal subsidy, more or less.
With higher rates, the city could qualify for additional federal and state grants. Magushchak says the rate hikes will begin soon, but the construction will take a while.
We'll do them incrementally and start here probably within maybe January.
First, the city will need to find an engineer and then plan the construction with the hopes of breaking ground in the summer of 2021. The city will also need to take out a 20-year loan in order to afford the project that will fix only a portion of the city's aging infrastructure.
Basically, what you're looking at is long-term loans for 20 and 30 years.
Taking out loans like this is something he doesn't want the city to do.
You're putting that burden on future generations to try to cover those costs.
But with an annual income of $900,000, it's inevitable. To make things more difficult, the way West Virginia laws are, the city can't save money, according to Magushchak.
Our water and sewer operate on an enterprise fund, so we have to live off of what we bring in on billing.
Of every fiscal year, the water department has to zero out, eliminating the possibility for municipalities like Wellsburg to save up to complete big projects.
That's just the nature of the beast right now. I mean, we don't have the population or the customer base to do large-scale projects.
One thing to keep in mind is that these things take time, and city officials here in Wellsburg want to thank residents for their patience during the whole process. Also, another thing to be on the lookout for is that Wellsburg water crews will be getting in their trucks and hitting the streets over the course of the next month to flush out those water lines as we head into the winter season. Reporting in Wellsburg for News 9 at 6, I'm Gage Goulding.